What's up, YouTube? Jay Traveling here. Today, I wanted to take a look at an article that I found on the GPU, inventory crisis. Now, before we were hoping, and they were saying that March, March and April they'll have inventory in stock, and things will start looking brighter. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's the case, and some analysts beg to differ. We'll also take a look at the selling price on eBay of multiple different lines of GPUs, including NVIDIA and some of the AMD line. And we'll take a look at that and what they're selling for, which shows a little bit of proof of that GPUs are just getting harder to get. And with the current launch of the 3060, we were thinking that maybe stock would get a little bit better, but we were wrong on that. And the 3060 launch was just like the last ones, and it was very hard to get. And most people that wanted it didn't get their hands on it. So let's take a look at the article, and then we'll look at some pricing on eBay that pretty much goes along with what this article is saying. So PC Games had an article posted about stock not coming until 2022. Now, not stock not coming, but pretty much what they're saying is with how very little that is coming out, we're going to struggle until about 2022. Now, I didn't see any definite, but they're just saying another year. And some countries they're claiming are only getting 20 units. Now, in the US, we're getting more than 20 units monthly, obviously. Most companies are getting more than 20 units on each shipment. I know my local Micro Center, it can range from about 20 units to almost 100 units. There are some shipments that they get that I've seen in the hundreds of units. Not recently, but I have seen it in the past. I've gone there and they've gotten 70, 30, 70s, and they'll usually last all day for that. From that point, usually the lower, cheaper ones sell first, and then you get like your MSI Gaming Extra Trios that are left later on that are still very great GPUs and worth the price, but they're still sitting on the shelves come later in the evening, but usually sell that day, and if not, very early the next morning. I have yet to see one. So my local Micro Center, when you check their website, if there's a GPU on there, usually it's been there for over 24 hours. Their website updates, and if they have something in stock after their shipment date of the 30 series cards, and I'm pretty sure the AMD cards, that means they were left from the previous day. Sometimes I'll post the 3090s because they don't sell quite as quickly, just so that they can show that they have some in stock. But 3080s never really hit their website. Even their open box stuff doesn't even hit their website. But JP Morgan analysts say that the demand for it is 10 to 30% greater than the output. So that means what they're putting out, obviously 10% to 30% more people want it. So they're pretty much estimating a year for this stock. Now, this might not be every single GPU. You might see 3060s, 3060 Ti's, and possibly even 3070s on shelves a little more readily available, but things like the 3080, it's hard to get our hands on those. Even 3080s at my local Micro Center, they might get 3 or 4 per shipment, like a week. I think I've seen like in the past week they've gotten like 8 of these GPUs. So this is probably where they're getting their 20 units of 3080s, not everything. And then the 6700 XT. I think that just got announced to launch. Yeah, expected to launch March 3rd. That's probably going to be another letdown. I'm not even going to try and get that GPU. But with what NVIDIA is doing with their graphics cards, a lot of people might be starting to turn towards AMD and getting away from NVIDIA, which will help NVIDIA's stock crisis, but then hurt AMD's. But a lot of miners, I don't even see them testing AMD GPUs because the 30 series cards have been so great at mining. They really put out a good GPU. But let's look at some prices as far as what they're selling for on eBay. So these are recently sold on eBay, and this one doesn't count because it's just an image, but these are their graphics cards selling for over $1,000 consistently. This one's a bid for a 3060 Ti. 3060 Ti, buy it now for $1,000. I mean, this is just insane. You can get a 2080 Super for much cheaper and pretty much have the same performance if you're a gamer. So I know everyone always wants the latest and greatest, but I would not be spending double MSRP for it. 3070 along the same line, you're still looking at a little over 1,000. So what I really don't get is why 3060 Ti's are selling for the same as 3070s. From a mining standpoint, these are a little more efficient as far as megahash per watt, but 3070s for gaming are a little bit better than the 3060 Ti. So they're selling for still over 1,000, pretty much the same as the 3060 Ti. But if you look at, I guess, MSRP, a lot of AIB cards sell for pretty much the same price as you can get, like Gaming X Trio 3060 Ti. For what you're paying for that or Strix, you could get a lower end 3070 like an Asus Dual for the same price pretty much. 3080s, these are selling for like $2,000 consistently. If you can get your hands on these, I mean, you're lucky enough to get your hands on it. If I could get my hands on one of these, I would not be selling it, obviously. It would be going right into my gaming PC. Right now, I got the 2080 Super that I just switched to, if you guys watched that video, and I'm very happy with it. So that does help me not want to upgrade. I mean, if I really wanted a 3060 Ti, I could take the one off my rig in my basement and put it in, but the 2080 Super is definitely good enough for me when it comes to video rendering and gaming. I use a 144 hertz monitor, so I'm always hitting 140 frames a second anyway, so I really don't need much more performance while gaming, but obviously video rendering could be a little bit quicker with a better GPU. So let's look at AMD here, the RX 6800. Now a friend of mine has one of these, has been tempted to sell because he keeps getting offers for it for pretty much what they're going for on eBay. People are offering him like $1,000 to $1,100 for it, and he keeps not selling it because he likes gaming with it, which I don't blame him. Very, very good GPU. He went from a 3070 to a 6800, so a little bit better on performance, I think he said. You also got double the VRAM if needed. Not that we really need it at 1440p. I think he may actually be gaming at 1080p on a 240 hertz monitor. But still, you're seeing these run over $1,000. Now, these are closer to, I think, MSRP or $800 or $900. Let's actually look at Newegg real quick, and we'll get a. Let's see what they're selling for on Newegg. So let's look at. No, not Vegas. No. Let's look at their the 6800s. Let's just look at those. So anywhere from looks like 840 to 1,000 or 820. This one, the Sapphire one's 820 to 1,000. 720 for the gigabyte. It's nothing here. I doubt I can add to cart. Out of stock. But so you're looking at sub $1,000 GPU selling for 14. Not as bad as NVIDIA's GPUs actually with the markup, but still a little kind of sucks a little bit. These ads I hate the most. Even though it's sold, it's like you don't even have it in hand yet and you're selling it. Available 3.5. Like Amazon's doing that right now too. When you buy a GPU on Amazon, not that I've been lucky enough to get one, but you'll buy it and it's like available in February. Like not February, available in like April. So like you're buying a GPU a month beforehand. But that's the current pricing on it right now. I mean, it sucks to say, but it looks like it's getting a little bit harder to get GPUs. I'm going to keep trying to get them to put onto my mining rigs. I'm trying to build out a 6-card 3060 Ti / 3070 rig. It's going to be a mixture until I can get my hands on enough 3060 Ti's. I've actually had more luck getting 3070s than 3060 Ti's for some reason. I don't know if the 3060 Ti's are just selling that quickly or if the stock's just not coming in. I haven't really seen much stock updates with them. With the 3060, I'm going to try it out. I did get my hands on one, so you'll see in future videos of me testing that out with mining. If it's not good at mining, I'll probably build a gaming computer with it and sell that on like Facebook or something. But I try to put the gaming computers together and sell them. Like I just sold my one with my old 2070. I don't sell just the GPU, even though people kind of hate on that, saying I could have made a lot more money, but sometimes I just try and build them for a friend and sell them the gaming PC for what I paid for it, and try and get them into PC gaming so I can game with them. But I'll test that out. But hopefully stock does get a little bit better, but according to these analysts, it looks like we're going to be waiting a little while. Now, I definitely agree with it for the 3080 because of how hard it is to get. I don't know the technical aspects of why it's been so hard for them. I know there's been some challenges with, everything going on in the world, but hopefully that's getting better so that they can get the parts. But hopefully people are able to get their hands on GPU. Some of you guys that wanted that 3060 at launch, hopefully you were able to get it. But thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, comment down below of if you were able to get your hands on GPUs, or what you think of the market, or when you think maybe it's going to rebound a little better. But make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon for notifications. Stay tuned for more.